Alright, how's it going everyone? Welcome to the stream, and we're going to be taking a look at Epic. So, yeah, alright, we're all set. Just making sure everything's working right. So, it's Friday, and that means the arena's changed. So this week's arena is Dark Draft. So I'm going to be quick matching, plus playing games in the arena. Whenever I see people pop in there, I'm going to hop in and play against them. And let's just get into it. Alright, so I think I made a deck last stream that I wanted to try out. We call it Trampoline here. This deck, what we were trying to do was take advantage of Evict and Reset to return all of our champions to our hand. So we were trying to make this asymmetrical. We want, when we play Reset or Evict, we want it to benefit us. Hey Pix, how's it going? We want it to benefit us, and we want it to not benefit our opponent as much. So for that reason, we're playing a lot of cards that do something when they come into play. So we've got things like the Gudgeon and Street Swindler here are going to be our draw twos and their champions. So if those go back to our hand, we can just reuse them. I see someone in the arena right now, so I'm just going to hop in and play some Dark Draft. But otherwise, I'm just going to be playing that deck. Oh, I hit the wrong thing there. Not sure if we'll play against them or not. But otherwise, we're going to be playing with that constructed deck for our quick match games. Probably all of today, because I didn't really get a good game in last stream with that one. Now up against Drewwise. Alright, so let's see. First pick, first pack. Now, the card that I most obviously want to go for is Muse, mostly because it's going to be great in any deck. I think Hunting Wyvern is also a reasonable pick here, because it just gets rid of something and puts something into play that's evasive, can't be blocked by tokens. We're going to go ahead and pick up the Muse here, mostly because I don't think Wyvern is dominating enough to want to pick it over a card that I'll be happy with no matter what my deck composition looks like. So here, I'm actually leaning more towards the double recycle plan. So, if you don't know, recycle lets you banish 2 cards in your discard pile to draw cards. So both these cards, when you play them, you will usually draw a card, and they're free. So as long as you don't have too many things that interact with your discard pile, then having more recycles is very strong. For that reason, we're going to go ahead and pick up Fumble here. This is also a draw too, so I've talked about this before, but personally I find having more ways to draw more cards is very important in your limited decks. If you don't have enough ways to draw more cards, then you're going to have hands that can't do anything with your gold, and you'll just waste your gold. So it's always nice to pick up more of those. In this pack, yeah, got picks and cash. How's it going? Alright, and then this pack here, it's interesting. I think I'm still going to go Ancient Chant Flanking Maneuver here. I think Noble Unicorn's also a strong pick, and Time Thief is good if it was later in the draft. But again, I think both these cards, they draw 2. I'll play them in any deck. And this puts us pretty heavily into Wild and Sage, so if I see any Wild or Loyalty 2s or Sage Loyalty 2s, I'll probably just shift into that color. Yeah, so I mean in this pack, right, like Angel of Death's very strong because it clears the board and gives you a champion, but I'm not evil at all, so I'm probably just going to pick up this Temporal Shift right here. I think that between Temporal Shift, Sunstrike, they're both pretty comparable. They're both removal, cost your gold, but I'm going to take the Temporal Shift just because it means that it's better. I'm leaning more towards Sage here, so I'm setting myself up for Sage Loyalty 2s to be very strong. And honestly, based on what I've been getting, let me just pick my cards here. I'm probably going to pick these 2. I guess I could pick up Sequester just so I have a way to banish the discard pile. So I'll take it over to Temporize. If I go ahead and look at burned cards, right? I guess we haven't seen that many. I'm pretty sure Rain of Fire is the only wild card that... Rain of Fire and Go Wilds, right? Or the only wild cards, I guess Flanking Maneuver as well. Yeah. I guess we have been fast a lot of wild cards. I was going to say I think my opponent's wild, but I'm not entirely sure right now. So here, I think I'm going to take the Shadow Imp. I have a lot of Sage cards. I think Shadow Imp will be quite strong. I have 3 1-cost Sage cards right now out of my 9 picks, so that's a third of my deck. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, we have also talked about it on the Discord. I think it's a very good idea. I think it'll be coming. We're gonna take the Knife Shadows here. I gotta pick my other card before I talk here. Probably Canopy Ranger or Dragonling. I'm gonna take Canopy Ranger. I think it's underrated. See if it does any good. We'll grab an Ambush Champion here. We don't have any of those yet. And it goes well with 0-cost champions, so it's very strong with things like Shadow Imp, Mogre Mercenary Muse, where you can play the Muse, block something with the Muse, and then Canopy Ranger it. And if they have removal for the Muse, then you kind of soften the blow by already blocking something with it. Alright, I think we're going to take the board wipe here, just because we have none. The opponent's last turn. Oh, drafted cards? Oh yeah, it is there. Look at that. That's wonderful. I wasn't sure if it had actually been implemented yet. Alright, so here, we're just going to take the recycles again. These are both very strong, and we have a lot of card draw, so in general, I find that both of these cards, I just love Frantic Digging in any deck, to be honest. And Citadel Scholar is a card that is better the more card draw you have, and we have a lot of card draw. On the other hand, Siren's Song, well, it's pretty reasonable, but it's situational. So sometimes your opponent just doesn't have a 0-cost champion to take. For that reason, I'm not going to pick it up. So I could take the Howl here and just grab another wild card. I could take another Ambush Champion. I think I'm going to grab my second board wipe just so I have 2. I don't really like only having 1 in my deck, because then if I use my board wipe, then it's like I'm never going to have another board wipe for the rest of the game. Okay, for this one, we want to pick up that War Machine. We have so many Sage cards. It's always going to have Blitz. And then, honestly, Transmogrify, I normally take this, but giving all of our Sage champions +2 attack could be quite strong. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 of them? 5 now? Let's give it a shot. I think normally I would take Angel of the Gate here, but I want to go ahead and see how Transmogrify does in this deck. So in this pack, I think it's definitely Alara here. Bounty Hunter is also quite strong in this deck, just because we lack that many ways to directly deal with something. But I'm going to take the Alara, I think. The main advantage to taking Bounty Hunter is that the opponent can't take it. But also, all of these other cards are reasonable picks for most decks, so it's not like I'm cutting them off of good options. Oh yeah, Crackdown. They just replaced it with 5 humans. Alright, let's see what we want. I think Blue Dragon's going to be very strong in this deck for the same reason that all these other Sage cards are very strong in our deck. So then it's, among these other 3, I think it's actually pretty even. I'm not sure which one I want more. Probably going to take the Raxa just so I have another threat. I'm kind of threat low right now. Ooh, this is an interesting deck. Interesting deck decision. I think I want the Punisher. I have 1 War Machine right now, so I'd like to have a second one. But also, you know, a lot of these other cards are good. I don't think my deck's aggressive enough for Arm. I don't have that much synergy with it. Chronicler is a totally reasonable pick. I have a lot of zeros, so I could take that as well. I'll go with the Avenging Angel just because it's a favorite of mine. I know, there's a lot of Sage in these packs. Oh wow, this is great. I mean, that's an easy pick, right? Force Mage Apprentice gives us a way to help deal with those small 0-cost champions. Or just small 1-cost ones. Right now we have Blue Dragon, and I think that's it. Blue Dragon and Wither. And Veldin is just going to be insane in our deck. It's always going to be a bounce as whatever champions we want to bounce on the opponent's side of the board. So we're going to take both of those. Ooh. Probably just going to pick up the Amnesia here. I like having a second discard pile banishment, and it's a lot safer than Sequester for me. Inheritance the Meek's also fine, but I usually like to have some kind of token synergy, so right now, if I took Inheritance the Meek, I think because we have so few token cards, this would more likely than not always hurt me more than my opponent. Like for token cards, I think we have Zombie Apocalypse, which doesn't really count because it gives them a token. Alara gives them a token. There's Raxa. Martial Law gives them tokens. And we have Flanking Maneuver gives me a token. So I've already given my opponent more tokens than I'm giving myself. I'm getting great picks. Great options here. Probably going to be... I don't really want Helion's Fury. I think I'm going to take the Forced Exile, and then it's between Wake the Dead and From Beyond. Let's take the From Beyond. It's kind of tough, I think, between these two. But honestly, I've been very much impressed with From Beyond in Limited. Surprisingly. Yeah, so I think we just take the Wolfspite here, again, for small target removal. We don't have a lot of targets for final tasks, so I think its floor will be... I mean, yeah, its floor is pretty low. It could be pretty useless. I could take the Board Wipe here. Lay Claim's fine. I could take the Vilify here just because it's removal, but again, I don't have that much synergy with the Demon tokens, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick that up. Alright. How many Sage, Wild one-cost cards we have? Canopy Ranger, Flanking... Oh, I guess I can see it now. We have 2. Yeah, no, honestly, though. Tokens become better the more you have of them. More synergy you have with them. So it's probably going to be Entangling Vines and Soulstorm here. You don't really have the ability to play either of those other cards. Like Fire Shaman will just be a 3-2. Priest of Kalanor will be a 1-4 that gains in 4 health. So both these other 2 cards are good. Alright, so they're going first. I don't want these recycle cards in my opening hand. Temporal Shift's a great early pick, so is Wither and Fumble. I can use the Fumble to draw 2 if I need to. It makes it pretty easy. It's so convenient. Thanks, Pix. Slowly made its way into the app. Did take a while, but you know. I'm really liking these UI changes. Oh, alright, they're gonna go ahead and play a Draka. Get out of there. Which means that we're just going to Temporal Shift it and feel good. Only 1 target, so it just does it automatically. There's like a fly in here it's alright though, I'll just ignore it. That's even possible. So I think, yeah. Temporal Shift kind of messes with the revealed cards. Like either of these, this Wolf Skull or this Cave Troll could both be banished and I wouldn't know. That's just something to keep in mind because they banished a card, but it's secret. Okay, so we're going to start our turn. It's kind of tempting to just swing in for 5 here. I want to say they banished Cave Troll because otherwise they probably would play it. I'm kind of feeling like swinging for 5. I think it's pretty reasonable play here. Then we can just pass after we hit them. Or they'll spend their gold first and we can punish. They play Champion. Oh yeah, for sure. Alright, this is why we did this, because we have this Wither in hand already, so we know that's safe. We've also probably, so if they assuming they banish this Cave Troll, and they just played the Wolf's Call, they probably can't play the Draka with Blitz anymore. Get in there, we're going to draw 2. Oh yeah. Well, we're doing good so far. I'd say that we have significantly overturned 2 of their plays. Like the Draka being Temporal Shifted is a big bonus for us, right? Because they go to 4 cards in hand, we stay at 5. Then the Wolf's Call being destroyed by Wither is very good for us because it gives us a gold advantage. Yep, no, they can't activate it anymore, which is good because I would have to force exile it if I wanted to get rid of it. So here I'm just going to play the recall this Ancient Chant, and that'll bring me up to 7. And then we're going to force exile it on our turn and pass. Yeah, I mean Ben plays a lot of 48-hour games. Now we're going to pass just in case. Yeah, we're going to pass just in case they have like an ambush blocker here. I'm I'm just assuming they have some way to spend their gold. Like, if they do, it's totally worth taking 4 damage to draw 2 cards here for them. But if they have any ambush champion, like a Stalking Werewolf or something, I don't want to swing into it. And it looks like Drew Wise no longer has an off-turn way to spend their gold. So considering that we hit for 5, that means they mulligan nothing. It's a little sketchy to me. How many cards do we have in discard pile? Alright, we're just going to fumble this. That's basically a gain 9 for 0 through cycle. Toss 2 of these cards. Yep. Quite good here. Then we'll just replay this Ancient Chant. I just did it before blocks in case I drew, I don't know what I could draw, but some kind of airborne champion that had enough to take that down. So we're just going to go ahead and draw 2 again. I always play my Ancient Chant first if it's a draw 2 that I'm looking for, because basically I can't use it for anything else. So all these other cards in my hand, they have some other side benefit that could happen. Now here I leave up my small units and I attack with my bigger unit, because if my opponent has a very large champion in play, then I want my human tokens to be able to block the big champion. I don't want to chump with my demon. Alright, so we're just going to let this block happen, and then we will Wolfspite the Abyss Summoner. And we're going to use the Avenging Angel here. So I'm going to let the damage happen first. So it seems like this demon token is going to survive. There's no real reason to do it before damage in case they have like a real combat trick for this. Oh yeah, we drew the angel. Oh yeah, sure thing. Good call. Just do like that. I can put it in the very corner if that works. Yeah, that works. All right. So, where were we? We're just going to go ahead and Wolfspite this. That's going to also take down the demon token, because Abyss Summoner gives +1/+1 to all of your evil champions. And I don't think we have anything that matters anyway. We have Zombie Apocalypse, so we want to leave champions. Alright, and then we'll just discard a... not attacking. We have 8 in hand, so we're going to discard... probably this Transmogrify, honestly. Kind of a liability at this point. Now, this Avenging Angel makes it so we can't be attacked because it's expended. So they have to remove the Avenging Angel before attacking, and then I can play the Sequester to... oh, alright. Thank you, yeah. It's probably optional. But, you know, we're just trying things out. Alright, we're going to go ahead and return both of those to the hand. And banish the discard pile. I mean, to be fair, I would say that it is a greater mistake to not attack with your champions than to attack if you're a new player. Because I've also seen a lot of very passive players that are afraid of attacking. They just always leave their champions on defense. So it's probably better for the first lesson to be that attack. Yeah, no, I think it's helpful feedback. I'm also just giving my perspective. I've demoed this game a lot, and I've seen all very... Ooh, we're gonna get some spicy value with this Canopy Ranger here. They're gonna block. We're gonna Canopy Ranger it, which is going to give us 12 health instead of 6. And they can't lash because it's too big. It's 5 more than their 7. Yeah, we're going to be adding more toggles. Right now, there's not that many. Oh yeah, that's good. Ooh, arm. That's fine. They both trade. We gain 12. Not the end of the world. I would say we're in an extremely good spot here. Just go ahead and swing with everything. I'm going to turn on stacking tokens as well. That'll happen after the next phase change. Alright. Don't care about any of those. We just banished your discard pile, so I mean we could shut them off for cycle, but I'd rather save it for this Lash. This Cave Troll is almost definitely banished. Otherwise they would definitely just reveal the Cave Troll there, so they don't have a Cave Troll in hand anymore. Like sometimes I hold on to a Cave Troll in hand, just so that when I have to discard something, like a Thought Plucker, I can discard that. Interesting, and they're gonna pass. Honestly, I don't really. I'd rather have the 9 health than. Well, I guess that's maybe not true. Let's Frantic Digging first. We're gonna toss. I don't really need to do that either. I'll just recall this Ancient Chant. I'm not sure if I need all of these cards, but there is no way to see which cards you revealed as far as I know. Yeah. So they could come in for 9 here, but then they take a lot of damage, which I think is why they're electing not to attack. I was just thinking maybe I should pass and just take the 9. I mean, not take the 9, because gaining 9 health for a gold is pretty good when I'm so far ahead. But I also have such a big health lead that I'll just match their card advantage. It's fine. Yeah, so they have a surprise attack, a lash, and a third unknown card in their hand. So honestly, I don't really want to play this Muse right now because I feel like right now the board is wipeable, especially when I'm going to play this other card. Yeah, we're just going to War Machine. This is great. Manage all the zeros. I guess, you know what, let's see if they want to do anything about these tokens first. We'll attack with all of our tokens. If they block any, then we'll Alara the 9-10. If they don't block any, then we'll War Machine. This is in case they have an off-turn board wipe, like reset, maybe. Let's just say they have reset in hand. Then I want to get this 4 damage in before. Do I want to deal 4 with this Force Mage Apprentice? That would bring them to 7. And they die to this Canopy Ranger. And we also would not discard any cards to maximum hand size. So we're going to do it. Prepare our Force Mage Apprentice, banish all opposing zeros, and then we're going to reveal this Frantic Digging, because it doesn't really matter if our opponent knows about it, and they already know about the Ancient Chant. We're going to go ahead and do 2 more damage to them, so now this Canopy Ranger is lethal. Yeah, there's no way. Not unless you really like looking through the log. That's a good idea, though. Be something like click on your number of cards in hand and you could see them. But, yeah, so we probably win here, but they do have their gold, so if they just play anything that makes... They're going to have to play surprise attack here and hope they draw something off the top. I think that's what they're realizing. Just drawing a card off that, thinking about it. That could be good. Yeah, I like that idea too. Make them red or something. Gray them out, or I don't know, something. Oh, they did get a Sandworm, but that's not enough. I'm gonna concede. Alright. Good game, Drew Eyes. say that we just got a super early lead, and then we just kept punishing them with that Ancient Chant. Ancient Chant's great when you're ahead, right? Because every time you recall it, it's like drawing 3 cards. So yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and go back to that deck. I wanted to make one change to it. I think I want to put in more Chroniclers. We'll just take out some Temporal Enforcers. They're both ambush champions, but I think the Chroniclers will be better in this deck, especially with Corpse Taker and Evict and Reset. You can Chronicler back those cards. And then I'd also love to have some kind of clock, like a better way to end the game. I'm not sure if that's possible though. Like even just a card that, if unanswered, does ridiculous amounts of damage would be good. Like something like Steel Golem, but it's not a very good card to return to hand. I mean, Thought Plucker is pretty close, honestly. Could probably just put Thought Plucker in this deck over something else. Because Thought Plucker will end the game on its own. If you can't get rid of it, it will eventually just win you the game. We could also play Veldin, but it kind of it conflicts with the rest of the deck. If we're bouncing everything to their hand all the time, we're not going to have an answer to things that we don't want to bounce to hand. We'll just toss this Temporal Enforcer for Thought Plucker. Honestly, I think I'll just leave it like that for now, and we'll experiment, we'll test it out. I'm kind of guessing that I would probably only want... Like, I probably don't need Angel of Light this deck, because I'm not going to hit the Loyalty 2 very often. Just go ahead and we'll swap that out. Just go to good gold cards, and we'll put a 1 cost in. A 1 of, and then we can go to 3 Thought Pluckers. Any, banish the entire discard piles. I need someone to banish the entire discard pile, so what I'm going to play instead is we're going to go ahead and just do Amnesia instead of Keepers. Well, it's really good with the bounce all effect. We'll just do it instead of Eager Necromancer. Heinous Feast. Kind of jumping all over the place here. We're going to go ahead and go to Heinous Feasts. But what I'm getting at here is why Brand? We don't really need Brand either. The main reason is I just want 0 cost champions that have value when returned to hand with Reset and Evict. So instead of Brand, we could play... I mean, really any good champion. We could play Priestess Evangeline, and we can play White Dragon. We could play Watchful Gargoyle. We already have 3 of. Second Wind is reasonable as well. Make go with Priestess Evangeline. I do like the bonus combat trick though, because our opponent probably won't be playing around it. Let's go. We have a lot of recycles too as well. Using the discard pile, our discard pile a lot. That's one of the nice things about Brand. Let's try Priestess Evangeline for now. And then we'll just go ahead and we could also play White Dragon here. Don't do that very often. Ready for health gain. Just Dark-One's Apprentice. Heinous Feasts. Yeah, it's a little sketchy. We'll just go ahead and run like 1 Avenging Angel or something. Someone else brought that. Maybe it was, I think it was Cash. You were just talking about, oh, Avenging Angel isn't in his deck, so we fixed that problem. Alright. That'll give us some reusable health gain. I like this deck more now because it feels like we have a couple of ways that we're going to win the game. It's a bit grindy, but Thought Plucker will get us there. Avenging Angel will get us there, and Chronicler will help us get whatever we're missing to get us there. Garg. I guess that means something. I also really like 1 cost champions in this deck because we were playing Corpse Taker, so we can just get those back. We've got Of course, reset and evict also help with that. But yeah, they're pretty reasonable. And the Corpse Takers also act as discard pile banishment, because you'd be surprised how often your opponent they don't want to get rid of this, right? Because you already got value from playing it, it already drew a card. And it's not a threat because it just hits for one. It's a human token. But the fact that it banishes a card every turn can really... This is a threat to the control decks or the grindy decks because they use their discard pile so much. Yeah, it is a heads up. Chronic looks like C3PO. I guess so, yeah, kinda. I mean, it's got these pink gems. And definitely looks like more of a modern style with gears. Some kind of more steampunky. This looks like the kind of thing I would get off my airship. Visit the library and, you know, purchase some scrolls from this librarian bot. G3PO. Borgie. I like it. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can also just give this a go here. While we're waiting, we can just experiment. Generally, I've mentioned this, I like to test decks against burn because it is just a very simple deck, so the AI plays it pretty well. And we get raced. So if you don't, if your deck can't either stabilize or win quickly, then you'll find out playing against this deck. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're going first. I'll keep the draw 2. Don't really need Endbringer Ritualist in this hand, and I probably can keep 1. Probably don't need Lightning Mage and Darkwind's Apprentice, so I'll toss the Darkwind's Apprentice. Alright, so we're just gonna run out the Street Swindler here. Don't have to, but it's good play. It's gonna dome us for 5. And we saw a Pyrosaur and a Raging T-Rex. So if we get Pyrosaur, then we can block with Lightning Mage. I think the play is just Corpse Taker here. Grab that back. Well, we don't want to play Watcher Gargoyle, we're going to take the 6. We're taking a lot of damage here. Pyrosaur Flame Strike. Alright, we're going to draw 2. Banish that Flame Spike. And the real question is, do we want to bounce all or not? Maybe we go to 9 in hand. They would discard a card, so they'd be at 6 in hand. Replay this Strafing Dragon. That seems pretty bad for us. Pretty bad. I'm gonna banish that right now. Now I wish I had that 7/7. Let's just break everything. Let's happen first, just in case my opponent decided to do something there. Alright, we're going to take another 5. That's not looking good for us, but we can Watchful Gargoyle to block that. How did I bring the diagram? If you just click on this button right here, it shows you the stats for the current phase. Just tap like above the button you normally click, in this case on enemy turn pre-block. Brings up the flow for the turn. So whenever there's a double arrow, it means you're passing back and forth. And then whenever there's a single arrow, it means you never go back. So once you go to block, you never go back to pre-block or attack. Once you go to post-block, you never go to block. Once you go to damage, you never go back to post-block. Yeah. Alright, so let's just block this. I'm gonna leave the Corpse Taker. I'm gonna jump. I mean, I could double walk with Watcher Gargoyle and then Lightning Mage it, but it seems like a lot. Spire Shaman, Pirate. Oh, Scaros. Some damage. Probably only have those 2 wild cards in hand. So now we're dangerously close to dying to Flame Strike. So you have to keep that in mind. We probably just Thought Plucker them. And then Force Mage Apprentice gets rid of Fire Shaman. I think we want to run this out as well, just to recycle now. So let's see, we're going to Force Mage Apprentice to kill that. Then we're going to play, we could either Priestess of Angeline and Bounty Hunter going to 9. Or we could Gudgeon. And then we're safe, but we know what's in their hand, just these 2 cards. Yeah, so we're definitely Gudgeoning then. Alright, that's fine. We have to do the Gudgeon first, so that way we can't get Flame Struck to death. And then we definitely want to do the Force Mage Apprentice now, so they don't get the free 3 damage. That gets Flame Struck, that's fine. Watchful Gargoyle blocks the Strafing Dragon, and we might need to hold on to these Priestess of Angeline, just because it's a lot of damage that we want to heal. Let's just run out one of these, or we can discard the Street Swindler, I'm not going to need that. Likes holding on to ambush plays. That's not good. Alright, this is fine. So we have a couple of options. I can Lightning Mage. So this doesn't have Blitz. So this blocks the Strafing Dragon. Probably Lightning Mage blocks that. So let's draw a card first. And banish, and get rid of their last card. So if this is blocking that, and the Watchful Gargoyle is blocking that, we might as well just deal 2 damage to them. I think we're actually going to be fine. So it was looking pretty sketchy though. Still say it is a bit sketchy, but oh yeah, that's exactly what we wanted. So let's draw a card first, and then we need to get rid of Pyrosaur. Probably do something like double Priestess. They don't have any cards in hand, so we'll just Priestess first. In case we draw something that changes our mind. I guess I want to leave... I don't need these cards. I don't need Thought Plucker, or... Probably Force Mage is always better than Lightning Mage in this deck. And Heinous Feast, which will give us 3 health. So 7. Yeah, so it's going to be something like attack, and then we will Palace Guard or Bounty Hunter to get rid of the Airborne Champion. Then we can jump the Skaros, or maybe we need to get rid of Pyrosaur. We can block the Airborne Champion with this Dark One's Apprentice that we drew earlier this turn. So we'll just go ahead and get rid of the Pyrosaur here. Somewhat tempting just to play the yeah, now that they're out of loyalty 2s, they're out of gas. Yeah, this is looking great now, because we can block this and kill it with Dark One's Apprentice. Easy. Easy peasy. Alright, it was looking really sketchy there. Oh, we were going to lose. So now, just want to Palace Guard that so we can gain the health again. Yep. I'm liking these priestesses so far. So far, so good. I guess goodbye Rage. Not gonna play it. It's game. Alright, so yeah, I think this deck is reasonable. Overall, I thought the one of, was it a one of Thought Plucker? It was very good. I know we do go up to 3. The Bounty Hunter Palace Guards, I'm not sure if we need 3 of each. I might go down on Bounty Hunters. But they were good. And I like the Priestess of Angelians. I'm not sure if I like Priestess or Watchful Gargoyle more. I guess I'll just keep Priestess at 2 because if you don't have any 1-cost good cards in hand, then it's pretty lackluster. But overall, I think this deck was great. We could play Drain Essences or something. But I think it's fine. We have Soulstorm as a board wipe that is not a bounce all. So like I could cut this Endbringer Ritualist for more health gain. I could play Drain Essence or something there. But the problem is that that health gain really is very helpful for us. Like I wonder if his Avenging Angel should just be an inner piece in this deck. Do we have any other Punishers? We have Endbringer Ritualist as a Punisher. Let's leave it. Yeah, we'll remember this game. That was a hell of a turnaround. I mean, I think that really just showcased the value of Thoughtblocker in that deck. Just ate them alive. And then we had enough health gain that slowly ramps up to take it away. Alright, I'm gonna try playing a untimed game here, but I don't know. I'll have a time when I do this during the stream. I find an opponent very quickly, and then we end up in a situation where they just stop taking their turns. But Drew Ice is good. He plays pretty quickly. Let's just look at our hand here and see if we can figure out what we're going to mulligan. It's like we're going first. I don't like these Watchful Gargoyles in the opening hand. I think Street Splinter is great. It's a lot like the Gudgeon. Darkone's Apprentice is great. I'm going to toss the Endbringer Ritualist and both these Watchful Gargoyles. See if we can get not sure what we want. Maybe some. Not sure what we want. I don't know. Yeah, another thing about this deck is, it looks like right now I don't have that many on turn. I guess I have Palace Guard and Bounty Hunter, but as far as establishing plays goes, it's Gudgeon and Misguided Herald are really the only ones that I would love to have. Since the other ones are, this one's fine. This is a fine play. But it's definitely not ideal. Gudgeon's great because the fact that you're untargetable is so disruptive that usually it has to get removed by something at some point. Even if they just want to banish your discard pile or dome you for 8 or something. Alright, here's a question. What do you think is better? Flame Strike or Fires of Rebellion? Reference. Flame Strike is the deal 8 to any target, and Fires of Rebellion is deal 7 to each opponent, or deal 7 to a champion and draw a card. Burrowing Worm. Let's see. Could get. I'm definitely going to be Palace Guarding that. I guess I could have just drawn 2 there. But I think this Corpse Taker will give us a lot of value for free, so I'm not going to worry about it. Maybe I'll evict here. If this gets removed by something, I'm definitely evicting. It'll be so good. If this Darkone's Apprentice gets removed, oh man, this turn will be amazing. If they Fires Rebellion that, then I just get to clean house. Oh, perfect. That's beautiful. Oh no. Oh, that's fine. That would have been great if we also got to return that to hand, but this is still good. We have another Dark One's Apprentice in hand, so I'm just gonna grab the Street Swindler. Probably don't need a second Dark One's Apprentice. And then we're gonna do that. Great. So we're removing the Burrowing Worm, and they're getting net 0 because this is kind of like, we're almost playing this like a Temporal Shift, right? Because we're returning that to hand, and then they lose a card in hand. And we draw a card. We drew the Street Swindler. But we also got rid of their Wolf token. Fortunately, they have an Ancient Chant to discard, so that feels bad. I guess maybe I should have Corpse Takered again, just to have this out, so I can start banishing things. But I also prefer to keep the Corpse Taker in hand, so that when I get these bounce balls, I can just toss it out with it. I'm gonna try for that again. Alright, let's just draw cards then. We'll Palace Guard that this time. Now we can Priestess of Angeline Palace Guard. And then pass. That's good. Burrowing Worm is getting punished today. We have such a good deck against Burrowing Worm. I'm not going to attack with this, just in case they have anything. Like, even a Wolf's Bite would hit our Priestess of Angeline, and then the Wolf could block this. Honestly, it's very good against wild decks. Because how do they kill it? They can't, and then it blocks all their stuff and hits for 18, so it's a reasonable card there. It's good with Surprise Attack, it's good with Jungle Queen. That gives your champions ambush. It's good with Invoke Pact. Like if Drew Eyes just played Invoke Pact right now, I'd be in a bad place. Just Wolf's Bite. I'm gonna draw an extra card from the Ancient Chant. Probably won't attack with the Street Swindler here. Because even though I could trade, I think the Street Swindler is better in play, since this gives me a target for Dark One's Apprentice. And Lightning Mages. It also makes Soulstorm a lot better, right? Because if they play anything, you can just Soulstorm, choose the Wolf token, and they lose everything else. Going to get rid of the 6A, I think. Not sure. Yep. Flashfire, maybe. Clear the board. Just guess Flashfire, since it's very unlikely they'd have a third Wolf's Bite. They've already played 2 this game. I'm going to Corpse Taker back the Street Swindler. It is nice to save these for value with the bounce balls, but well, if you have a good time to play it, you just play it. And we can definitely take advantage of the banish effect because they use their discard pile a lot. I haven't played a single loyalty though. I haven't played a T-Rex, they have a Strafing Dragon, Hunting Raptors, anything like that. So I wonder what they're on. Brachiosaurus. Great Horned Lizard, some kind of breakthrough deck, I think. Okay. Right now we're just taking it. I don't like that. Probably just Soulstorm to kill that, honestly. When it goes to their end step here, I'm probably going to also run out the Watchful Gargoyle. Yeah, I think they just have gigantic breakthrough champions. I think that's their game plan. They probably run some buffs of some kind. I could have tried to bait one out there, but I don't like that play. It would have been really fishy for me to just block without being able to take it down. Guilt Demon. Alright, we're definitely... we're going to Lightning Mage that, actually. You want to get use out of your Lightning Mages when you can. You have targets that are value. Basically, this Lightning Mage, we lost 2 cards in a discard pile, but we got to take down the Guild Demon and gain this body in play. We're just going to banish right away here. We're going to get rid of their champions. In case they're kind of like an Army of the Apocalypse deck or something. Go ahead and Misguided Heralds. Honestly, Gudgeon's really good. I'm not going to keep digging. Refills our hand and it gives us untargetable. Well, we're in a pretty good spot. I would say that, oh yeah, that was great. Maybe they're planning on final tasking their Burrowing Worm. Yeah, we're done. We might be taking 8 from this. Right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then it would take 4 more. I don't really like that. I think we're just taking 8. A little unfortunate. Yeah, taking 8. I like keeping my Gudgeon. I'd have to block with everything and lose all of it, and then I would take 2 still, so I'd be saving 6 health and setting up my Dark One's Apprentice, but that's it. Alright, well, we'll start our turn here. Banish again, get rid of the Guilt Demon right away. Let's go ahead and attack with the Gudgeon. I'd say it's the highest priority thing for them to remove because it basically makes us immune to most burn cards. We still can get hit by Polar Shock because it just hits a champion and each opponent. Flash Fire and Fires of Rebellion. Plus there's like a couple of weird ones, like the ones that hit everyone. Whirlwind. And I'm trying to think what the other one's called. Maybe we don't have Palace Guard in there anymore. Would not mind a Palace Guard right now. We're at 8 in hand, so basically this effectively says draw a card on it because otherwise we discard a card. And we're in a position where we need to play something or we're going to take 8 again. So I'm just going to play this Dark One's Apprentice here. Deal 3 damage to that champion. Yeah, and then I'll pass. I'm not going to make these attacks because I don't think the 6 damage is that relevant. I'd rather have the blockers here. This is another game that is going to be all about stabilizing. It doesn't really matter, that 6 damage. If they were at 20, it would be a different story because we'd be pressuring their health total at 14, but bring them to 29 does not matter. Of course, I'm going to say that now, right? And then they'll be at 6. So here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so we can block with all 3. And then we take nothing, and this gets taken down. And if something goes wrong, we have his Dark One's Apprentice and Lightning Mage's backup. So we have effectively 5 damage in the hole. So as long as the Dark One's Apprentice survives, we take that down. If Dark One's Apprentice gets removed, we might be in trouble. But again, it won't be the end of the world. We'll just lose our board and alright. Not great. So here we take 3, go to 11. Keep our Gudgeon, that's important. Could recycle with the Watchful Gargoyle, but I think I'll hold on to it in case they have... Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter now that I mention it. Could we hit that would even do anything? I don't think there's anything. We'd have to get our 3rd Lightning Mage, so that's very unlikely. So yeah, we're just going to Street Swindler, I think, or maybe Noble Unicorn. I don't have a good follow-up after Noble Unicorn either. I just want to get rid of that, but I don't think that's happening. We're stickering back Misguided Herald and playing that next turn, very likely. Surely there's not enough to stop that though. Could break all, but that kind of gets rid of our Gudgeon, which we want to keep. I guess it's Dark One's Apprentice. It does stabilize this a bit. It's too bad though, because it really does help us take things down. Not likely to attack with the Watcher Gargoyle, so I'm just going to leave it. Not play it yet. Don't we have 6 damage in hand? No, this is 3. Lightning Mage is 2. That's 5. Fortunately, we do not. We're just getting run over by it. We're just going to keep banishing their discard pile. It's very effective. We're going to shut off Final Task, Lesson Learned. It doesn't really matter if I get rid of one of these 2 Polar Shocks. And again, I'm not likely to block with this Gudgeon because I want to stay alive. No, we'll get back that Misguided Herald and play it. You really want to hit like a... Maybe I should have done this first. But I think we're quite likely to hit a... We have 1 Palace card, so there's 5 cards out of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 46 minus 8 is 38, so 5 out of 38. It's not that likely that we'll hit it. There's a pretty good chance that we'll miss. So let's just do it first and play it safe. Alright, we did. Now, I don't think we want to attack. Yeah, we want to attack. They'd have to surprise attack out a Draka. That would be the only thing that would really punish us. Surprise attacking out a Draka would probably cause us to lose, honestly. Like, we could Watchful Gargoyle it, but it's also just clears our entire board. No, I guess we can kill it with Lightning Mage if they surprise attack out a Draka, actually. That's fine. I wonder if their plan was to Final Task my Misguided Heralds. Draka's Fire. Alright, that's going to deal 5 damage to us. That's everything. Alright, that is a-okay. They're going to banish our discard pile. It's a good idea on their part. Means we're passing back to them, but I think we're in a good spot. As sketchy as this looks, they have 2 random cards in hand. Alright. Well. Yeah, the mage is only 2. I'm not sure, I'm trying it out. I do really like ambush champions, the ambush 0-cost champions in this play deck style. So we're just going to run that with the Street Swindler here, because that'll bring us to 8 cards in hand on their turn. And then we'll probably Endbringer Ritualist to clear the board. Avenging Angel. What are the chances that in these 2 cards they just drew, they have an answer to Avenging Angel? Not super high, but it definitely is possible. Yeah, I should probably play Bring a Ritualist. Well, we'll attack with this first. Probably just going to block with Triceratops. But if we have Feeding Frenzy, they might think that we have Feeding Frenzy. Yep, we can get it for 3. Now we have the Watcher Gargoyle with Recycle, or recycle both of those. We can Noble Unicorn to set up our Avenging Angel. That's fine. Pretty hard to kill us at 9, but we're close to death. If they just burn us here, then we're probably dead. But they would have to just burn us twice. And we would still have a chance at drawing something. Alright, that's good. That's good for us. Because both those are very vulnerable to reset. So we're going to run out the Thought Plucker here. Then we'll play the Watchful Gargoyle and we'll get him with both. Then we'll Lightning Mage, Force Mage, and Corpse Taker, and then we'll reset. I mean, now Avenging Angel is looking very good. We're just going to do that instead. You can always reset on their turn. Get back the Thought Blocker here. This is very nice because it gives us 6 health. And they have to top deck removal here in order to attack. But if they just if that was a draw 2, and they just drew 2 and then discarded 1, I would have gone for the reset play. But now if they pass, I can just play the Thought Plucker. So they make them discard a card, and they know that I have Thought Plucker, so they have to draw cards. And we can still play Thought Plucker anyway. We don't even need to, but I think it's our best play. Keep their hand size down. So in case they have a Lessons Learned, we want to get rid of Polar Shock. They have 2 Polar Shocks. I'm going to get rid of Misguided Herald in case of Final Task then. We're going to attack with a Thought Plucker first, because if it hits them, they have no play. They have to spend their gold now. And if that was an Airborne Champion, like a Draka's Enforcer, then I would be much better off attacking with the Thought Plucker, because then I could Bounty Hunter it before I attack with my Avenging Angel. I'm just going to play this Bounty Hunter here. We'll get rid of the... I think we're just going to get rid of the Burrowing Worm. I'm not really sure. I guess the Brachiosaurus is more dangerous if it's in hand, so I'll get rid of the Brachiosaurus. So if we return everything to hand, then we don't really care about... I need 2 Dome Unicorns. If we return everything to hand, then we don't really care about this card. This Burrowing Worm will never be a threat to us. We're going to have a ridiculous hand if they just remove our Avenging Angel and we're forced to play Reset. All of these cards will go back to our hand. Oh man. Now this deck might just want surprise attacks to fill up the discard pile. We do have a lot of champions. Then we can recycle the surprise attacks away. In essence that, so they can attack. Oh, I guess we are resetting. Can't take that damage. Draw a card from that. They've already spent their gold. Let's go ahead and play this Watchful Gargoyle, and we will leave the Avenging Angel. This is ridiculous. Oh man. I don't think this deck would ever beat a control deck, like a Kark deck. I think this deck would just auto-lose to Kark. But it is funny. This stabilize. I know, this deck is so good at stabilizing. We're gonna Haze Feast that too. It's gonna be delicious. Just Haze Feast that now so we can get rid of the Ancient Chant. The Ancient Chant's actually very good against us. I mean, I think I just play Avenging Angel, honestly. Just Corpse Sticker back Avenging Angel, play Avenging Angel, attack. So what could they do? They could just kill it with something. But it's not the end of the world. The worst case scenario is they kill this, I take 6. But honestly, that's fine. If they kill us and draw a card, then it's fine because I would have been discarding so many cards anyway. If they play a board wipe here, it's the same deal. If they play a big champion like a Draka's Enforcer, I have 2 deal 2s here so I can finish it off. Delicious. Yeah, right? See that? That's me eating the discard pile right there. So tasty. Alright. Flame Spike and a Burrowing Worm, so we won't gain any health, but we will have this Avenging Angel out that needs to be dealt with. And we've spent our gold. I don't think they have a way to spend their gold, and their Flame Spikes now can't recycle. So I'm just going to use this Force Mage Apprentice because, again, we have so many cards in hand anyway that we might as well. Or discard one of our Noble Unicorns. Now they can Flame Spike. Wait, no they can't. This is a trampoline because your health just bounces. So let's see, we know about Flame Spike and Burrowing Worm, so they're probably just going to replay the Burrowing Worm, but it's not looking good for them. We'll just drop another Thought Plucker, I think. Just keep that discard pressure going. It's mean. They're gonna Flame Spike the Thought Plucker for sure, but we might as well just do it anyway because losing the cards in hand is a big deal. 2 Flame Spikes maybe? Rated R. I don't know why they discarded the Flame Spike. Seems like such a good answer to Thought Plucker. Well, we're going to shoot them. Banish. I think they're going to just play something that gets rid of everything. We're going to get rid of a Spore Beast in case it's Zombie Apocalypse. Corpse Stickers have been doing work, honestly. I think they've really been extremely good in this deck. Guild Demon, alright. I don't know, I think they should have kept the Flame Spike. I think they should have discarded that. But I think their plan now is, oh, block the Avenging Angel. We're honestly just gonna Bounty Hunter it. Don't care.
Feeling lucky.
Don't need 2 Gudgeons. I know, yeah. I mean, keep in mind that even though our cards all synergize with the bouncing, that we only have 6 of them in our deck, right? So it's going to be more of a game plan. Just every time, what we're doing is we're making these cards obscene. A big reset. Every time we play one of these cards, it's always going to put our opponent back a lot and give us card advantage, and also uh, usually let us reuse these effects. Like cards like Bounty Hunter and Watchful Gargoyle, the effect that you get when you play them is most of the cards, so being able to use them again, we're going to get 3 cards. Not 3 cards, but we're going to get basically 2 cards worth out of this one champion by playing it and returning it and playing it again. And you know, we had that one turn where we returned like 4 of our champions back to our hand, and the next turn we played, I think, 4 cards. They're gonna get rid of that. Don't like that. That'd be reasonable. We might be taking, I guess we're gonna reset here. That is just gross, right? We could just get to replay this. Go ahead and we'll keep the Hands Feast in this card pile. We don't need Gudgeon or Force Mage. And then we're going to Corpse Sticker back the Avenging Angel. Probably even should have Lightning Mage here because we're so close to lethal. Do that now. I should have played the Lightning Mage there. I made a misplay. I should have played it before bouncing all. Maybe at 7. I mean, we did draw, I think, all 3 of our Corpse Stickers, right? Yep, we banished 2. 28 banished. Man. Alright. Just go ahead and start getting it with these, honestly. So if we had hit them for 2 earlier, then the Evict would be lethal here. So, but it looks like it won't be. They have a banish or discard pile card. We definitely, there was one turn where we decided not to attack with 7/7 and they started their turn. Yeah, it doesn't even matter really. We have, we're just going to play our, we're going to use Corpse Sticker to play our, ooh, will we? Here's a question. Do we go in for 12? I think we do. I think we just go in for 12. Alright. Good game, Drew Eyes. There we go. We got it. It's a long game. Alright, well, I'm going to be calling it for the stream there. So I'll be streaming again on Monday. I think I'm just going to add this to the stream deck lists. Call it Trampoline here. Since it's definitely a unique deck. And I don't play it very often. But personally, I think you're going to have a very hard time against Kark decks. That's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, I'll be back on Monday. Good games. Those were good games.